If you're seeing this before April 27th, we are still in a moon cycle that is ruled by the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. That happened on March 29th. So if you're still going through some massive changes, even though we're not in the eclipses anymore, it makes sense. That tracks, okay? Since we are towards the end of this moon cycle and we are no longer inside of those like eclipse bubbles anymore, something to consider is just making sure, because at the end of the moon cycle, there's a lot of things that we clear out and we're about to take that next step into our new cycle or life or, the new. There's a lot of ways that could be spoken about, but the new is where we're going. We're not quite past the third quarter moon as I'm filming this. That one is going to be in Aquarius in a couple of days. And we're going to talk more about that in another video because who said what now? That moon's going to be crazy. But for now, okay, let's look at the big picture stuff. Until we get to that new moon in Taurus, we're still influenced by those eclipses. We are still in the influence of making some big decisions for ourselves. And right now, because all the planets are direct, this is a great time for making those big decisions. Taurus season is also about to start, and it's going to be very fertile and very abundant this year. So make your decisions, make your plans, make your schemes, do what you need to do to make sure that you can take care of you and you can make it all the way through the year. That's a part of the transits right now, looking about a year and a half in the future. Okay. But if we're looking just at this short little space within the end of this moon cycle, think about what happened on that solar eclipse for you on March 29th. What was it? What was the thing? I don't know what the thing was for you, but what was the thing? What were the realizations? What was your experience? Anything that you were working? Any magic? Okay. We are still closing that. It's not done yet. We're in it still, swimming around, figuring out some stuff. Part of this is that Mars is no longer in Cancer, so we are not really as heavily impacted by those emotions and feelings. Mars in Cancer was a little crazy. Lots of emotional work throughs and understandings. We do still have a Mars influence on this season, a lot, and the new moon was in Aries, so there's a lot of Aries stuff still going on even though we're entering into Taurus season, which is totally fine. Listen, shout out to Aries, okay? Love you, Aries. So good. Okay. The other part of this is that for part of the upcoming space, the Taurus season is going to be ruled by a Venus in Pisces, so we're meant to be making transitions. Before we get to that new moon on the 27th, okay, transition. We're focusing on where are we going? How are we getting there? What does it look like? And a lot of the times, if we're making transitions, we also have to figure out what's the sacrifice. That's very Piscean related. What are we sacrificing? How are we getting rid of it? Where is it going? Because that's a big question. Where is it going? How are we moving? And what does that look like? You know how they say your new life's going to cost you your old one? You can still bring things with you. Okay, so what are you bringing with you? And then what actually needs to go? What actually needs to be left behind? Going through a death and a rebirth where it's everything is a lot. And it doesn't always have to be everything all at the same time. There's usually layers to it. And because Mars is involved in what's happening, strategizing is relevant. It's irrelevant, okay? First, I've got to do this thing, and then I've got to do this thing. But there could be some blockages up there in the future that I see. So let me strategize and plan a little bit just in case we run into those. Okay. It doesn't have to be everything all at the same time. As someone who's been through major death energy for several years now, having everything go through the death even just within the same 2 months, our little human emotions feel really big, okay? And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's hard. So if you are looking for those transitions and those changes, goodness gracious, right now, for sure practice. And also, we're still being influenced by the eclipses. That was the big picture of this video. We're still being influenced before April 27th. We're still under the influence because the moon cycle that we're in is ruled by the eclipse of Aries. So everything that we're doing now is still within a bigger impact than maybe a normal non-eclipse influenced cycle. That's it. That's the video, guys. We did it. We made it to the end. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Keep up the brew. Keep doing what you need to do. I will also keep doing that. That is true. I wouldn't ask it of you or tell you to do it if I wasn't doing it too. Also, I'm working on a new project soon, and the supplies started showing up today. Super excited about that. Okay. Anyways, not to get too deep into that, just the plotting and the planning and the scheming is happening over here too, and I'm looking forward to it. It's all good. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Do what you need to do.